good, Columbus. Today's Sunny 95.
Welcome to The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko, the show that brings you man-on-the-street interviews, celebrity guests, groundbreaking research, and heartwarming stories about the reasons we smile. Our show is also known as everything you've always wanted to know about dentistry, but were too numb to ask. Hello, I'm General Dentist Dr. Kvitko, and thank you for joining me today.
The following views and opinions do not necessarily reflect those of this station, its staff, management, or parent company. To hear a replay of this show or one of the great shows that previously aired, log on to thereasonswesmile.com or iTunes, keyword Dr. Kvitko or The Reasons We Smile. Listeners should not use Dr. Kvitko's comments and advice in place of an actual dental exam.
Brighten your life with a smile that shows the professional touch of Dr. Kvitko.
Time now for The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko. Call 459-9769 to discuss your dental issues. Now, here's your host, Dr. Kvitko.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Reasons We Smile. I'm Dr. Kvitko. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Today with us in the studio is Jury Commissioner of the Franklin County Municipal Court, Mr. Tom Shields. I'm going to tell you a little bit about him in a minute, but you're going to hear a lot about jury duty and all of the, maybe some of the questions that you have. I'm probably going to ask him, and you can also call in with your own question if you'd like. Before we get started, let me remind you, if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, it's at Dr. Kvitko, and if you'd please go to my office Facebook page and like us, that would be awesome. It's Dr. Kvitko and Associates. Also, all past episodes, complete with video, are available at thereasonswesmile.com, and we're streaming live on Facebook. So I'm going to flip the camera so you can see Tom over there, Mr. Shields. All right, so let me just give you his bio. Let's read a little bit about him. By the way, I think this is going to be an interesting show because I think we all wonder about jury duty. All right, so Mr. Tom Shields, he's the Jury Commissioner of the Franklin County Municipal Court. He began his career with this court in 1980 as a court enforcement officer service bailiff. In 1985, he became the Jury Commissioner. He was appointed by then Chief Justice Thomas Moyer, who is deceased, to serve on the Ohio Supreme Court's Ohio Jury Standards Committee in 1993 and is a current member of the Ohio Judicial Conference Jury Service Committee. He was the first president of the Ohio Jury Management Association and remained its president for the following 4 years. He continues to serve as a trustee for OGMA, and Mr. Shields was a member of the Ohio Supreme Court delegation to the National Jury Summit in New York in 2001. He has presented numerous times at the annual conferences for the Ohio Jury Management Association and has served as faculty for the Ohio Supreme Court of the Ohio Judicial College Jury Skills Training Course. Thank you so much for joining me, Mr. Shields. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So, the only commissioner that comes to mind when I think of the word commissioner is Commissioner Gordon from Batman. Are you kind of like him?
I don't know. I hope not.
Do you carry a badge?
How about Commissioner Reagan? There's a better.
Who's that?
On Blue Bloods.
Oh, okay.
He's my favorite.
Oh, okay. Okay, Commissioner Reagan. We'll go with that one then. So what is municipal court?
Well, it's the court that handles all the misdemeanor actions that are produced out of criminal traffic situations in Franklin County.
Misdemeanors.
Mm-hmm.
Would the more serious ones be common pleas?
Exactly. All the felonies and civil actions after a certain
So you guys don't have any death penalty cases in municipal court?
That's one thing I'd like everybody to know. You don't have to avoid jury in municipal court, or common pleas actually, but we have cases that are a little bit easier to hear.
Okay.
You've never done it before.
Because I was actually curious. I didn't know this. I think we all know a little bit about what other people do, but we don't really know as much as I think we'd all like.
Mm-hmm.
And so my question was going to be, have you ever had a person that kind of or do you know of this case where somebody who's against the death penalty kind of lied and said they weren't so they could be on that jury to save a life, so to speak?
I have not had that the way you stated it, because obviously we don't try capital cases. We've had people that have come in that have tried to control verdicts.
You have?
They're not in the right frame of mind to do something like that, and hopefully they say enough where we catch on to it before they come in and get sworn in on cases.
Oh, okay. So you try to weed those folks out.
Well, in a way. I mean, a lot of that's done in the courtroom where the voir dire exam is done, and it's done by court personnel, the judges, prosecutors, defense attorneys. We, before they report, they actually dial into a portal with jury systems, and they put some answers down there that might give us a hint.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, give me an idea of a couple of the kinds of cases that you would oversee, municipal court.
The two cases that we hear most often, Doctor, are OMVI, which is operation of a motor vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs, or domestic violence. And they've been the two predominant cases that go to trial.
Those oftentimes go together, don't they?
Yes.
Somebody that abuses alcohol tends to sometimes abuse their spouse, right? That's pretty set. So do you feel like you probably feel good about your job because you're bringing justice to somebody who's been harmed?
Well, and to me, it's a little bit more than that. It's support of the constitutional right to trial by jury. One of the first things that our forefathers thought about, very important along the way. And as a Vietnam veteran myself, I think that is something that we all need to support and feel pretty strongly about that.
Okay, about having your peers.
Not actually your peers.
Okay, because that was going to be a question. So if I get in trouble, is the jury going to be all dentists?
No.
Oh,
or
come on.
doctors.
Oh, come on.
No. You know, a funny thing, the word peer has worked its way into the American lexicon over the years. It's not a peer mandate. It's a sampling of all cognizable groups, which hopefully includes some of the peers of the defendant, but it's not. We're not something looking for peers.
Okay, now there's that TV show, Bull, who is a jury consultant. I think the first time I became aware of that was Runaway Jury. And by the way, I was telling my producer earlier today that Guy Torrey, who was on a show years gone by, was in that movie as well. Guy Torrey, for those of you that remember him. But anyway, is that real?
Bull?
Well, the whole idea of you can select the jury, kind of make sure you have a jury that's going to favor your claim.
Is that real? That's a great question.
I wrote it myself.
Obviously, prosecution wants, in our case, eight people that see the case his way. Defense want 8 people to see the case his way.
Okay.
That's why peremptories, they're allowed to go across and preempt people out that seem to be too prosecutorial-oriented or defense-oriented. The system that's in place, in my opinion, and I've watched it many times in the courtroom, if the attorneys are on their mark and they're really listening and doing their jobs, they will get a group that will be fair and impartial.
Okay, fair and impartial. Okay. So now, I forgot to mention, folks, that in about, usually I say at the beginning of the show, in 10 minutes we're going to give away free flowers. Well, it's 7 minutes in, so in about 3 to 4 minutes we're going to give away free flowers. They'll be from DeSantis Florist, and all you have to do is call in and win and tell me the answer to Dr. Kvitko's question of the day, which is always about our topic. And so I have some, I'm going to kind of go over them to make sure that we've covered them. True or false, Mr. Shields? Each juror is paid $10,000 for their service.
Oh,
wrote
that's
that
good.
one myself, too.
False.
Okay. True or false? Jurors get to pick the cases that they hear.
False.
True or false? If a person doesn't get selected to be a juror on the first day of jury duty, they are released from jury duty and they get to go home.
False.
Okay, remember that, folks. It might win you some flowers. Anyway, okay, so we'll do that in just a few minutes. But, okay, so common pleas in municipal, we understand that now. I did not understand that. And so there are juries in common pleas as well. I noticed you said 8 members, so is it because they're misdemeanors, it's only 8 jurors, but common pleas would be 12?
Well, common pleas is 12. Common pleas is a constitutional court. Municipal is a court by statute, and that's basically what was put into the statute, I don't know how many years ago. But instead of trying 12 and 4 or 5 alternates, which is normally what common pleas does, we seat 8 and 2 alternates. And
Okay.
there's a cost savings. People know it ahead of time. We can even go below that on a civil case if the parties agree.
Okay, and when you say cost savings, that's because they make $10,000 for showing up, right?
Yeah. That really clips the payroll. So.
What do they make? What does somebody make for jury duty?
$15 to $20 a day.
Did you say a day?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why they call it a stipend. It's a very minute amount.
Why do they bother paying
You know,
if it's that
it's
little?
also a great question. I think in some cases, they were looking to maybe provide lunch or parking, but over the years it never ended out like that. Now, we do voucher the parking at...
Oh, I was going to ask that. Is it free?
Yeah, it's free to the juror.
Okay.
And that's the Columbus Commons, the FCC garages, both of them. So if they're parked in one of those 3 locations or they want a code of bus pass, we can provide that for them every day.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. So, you know what? I think we are going to do Dr. Kvitko's question of the day now. But before we do, we'd like you to listen to this.
This station will not be held liable for any contesting during The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko. Participation in the contest allows Dr. Kvitko to record and broadcast your name and call. 1 winner per household. Prizes are non-transferable, cannot be substituted, and are subject to taxes and fees. This station cannot be responsible for the inability to enter the contest, whether due to equipment malfunction or telephone difficulties. All decisions of Dr. Kvitko concerning this contest or eligibility are final.
And now it's time for Dr. Kvitko's question of the day.
All right, and you're going to have a chance to win free flowers. They'll come from DeSantis Florist. They'll be delivered to your place of business this Tuesday afternoon. Let me give you the number to call now so you can pre-program it into your phone. It's 614-459-9769. All right, the question is, as you know, today we are talking with Jury Commissioner of the Franklin County Municipal Court, Mr. Shields. Which of the following is true about jury duty? A, each juror is paid $10,000 for their service. B, jurors get to pick which cases they hear. C, if a person doesn't get selected to be a juror, on their first day of jury duty, they are released from jury duty and they get to go home. Or D, none of the above. All right? The winner's going to receive free flowers from DeSantis Florist. They'll be delivered to your place of business this Tuesday afternoon. The number to call is 614-459-9769. 614-459-9769. So go ahead and call now.
You won't believe it though. I wanna hear your mind, and there's nothing else in the world tonight. She said people don't take the time. Hey, people don't take the time.
Hi, I'm Keith Carlos, winner of America's Next Top Model and star of Chocolate City 2. Look for my smile on the big screen this summer, courtesy of Dr. Kvitko. Stay tuned to The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko, the world's most interesting dentist.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kvitko, general dentist and host of The Reasons We Smile radio and roadshow. Did you know that you no longer need to visit several different dental professionals to get more complete dental care? We handle everything from cleanings and orthodontics to restoration, implants, and smile makeovers, all in my office. And now we have 2 locations. Get the most advanced technology and procedures available today. It's more complete dentistry.
Visit worldsmostinterestingdentist.com for more info about Dr. Kvitko.
Dr. Kvitko, let's go!
Hi, this is Richard Simmons. Dr. Kvitko's here, and he's going to help you with all of your problems. Are your teeth yellow? He can fix that. Are you missing a tooth? He can put a new one in. How is that?
That's very good. Thank you, Richard. All right, we're back. We're doing Dr. Kvitko's question of the day. We have 4 callers on the line, and apparently the first one to get in was Sarah. Hey, Sarah, how are you today? Hello, Sarah?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay. You need to be because there are 3 other people on the phone waiting. Anyway.
Oh, no, they don't want...
Sarah, what's the answer to Dr. Kvitko's question of the day?
D.
D, none of the above, right?
None.
That's right. Nobody gets $10,000 for showing
I
up
wish.
at jury duty. Okay. Well, you stay on the line. We'll get the information where to send those flowers and to the other 3 folks. Thank you for calling in. Please try again next week, okay? All right, if you're just joining us, I'm Dr. Kvitko. This is The Reasons We Smile. It's episode number 586. And with us in the studio is Mr. Shields. He is the Jury Commissioner of the Franklin County Municipal Court. So, Mr. Shields, let me ask you this. Who's your employer? Is your employer the county government? I'm just curious about that.
No, judicial branch being separate and independent of the 3, the person that I report to, we are considered court staff or court personnel. We work for the Franklin County Municipal Court.
It's its own entity.
It is.
Okay. They provide dental insurance for you guys?
They do.
Good. Good. You've actually taken advantage of it a little bit, haven't you?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Yeah, let's see. How's your implant crown?
Doing good.
Good,
actually,
good. Yeah, that's right.
I'm very pleased.
Good, good. We've done a couple implants for Mr. Shields, and I'm pleased that he's pleased. So great. Okay, now, during jury selection, what happens if you believe a juror is purposely being uncooperative just so they can get sent home?
That does happen, not frequently, thank God, but in most cases the court will excuse the person. I'll get a call or an email indicating that we need to excuse the person permanently. But the reasoning it's never discussed with me. That's a court situation.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, okay. And so there's no negative fallout for that?
Well, it depends on how far the juror goes. There could be a contempt. I mean, it really depends, and some people have done some pretty strange things.
Really?
In front of everybody.
Wow. Okay. How many juries do you have going at any given point in time? So let's say on Monday, do you have to have enough people for, say, 10 different juries going at the same time in 10 different courtrooms, or what?
No. To break that down quickly, we are probably one, if not the busiest court in the United States.
In the United States?
We
Wow.
have 15 judges that try misdemeanors in one location. So it's not uncommon to have 90 to 120 jury demands or jury requests per day, Monday through Thursday.
Wow.
So we look to make sure that we can handle 3 calls right off the bat. So 60 people in the assembly room is a perfect number, 65, and I'm smiling.
Okay.
So it kind of depends. And we up those numbers or lower them depending on time of year, weather. I mean, there's a lot of factors involved. It's not just throw a number at the wall and see if it sticks.
Okay. So, do the jurors get free lunch at least?
No.
No, they don't even get free lunch?
No. It's a civic responsibility. I mean, therefore...
You can't even have pizza sent in or something?
Well, no, they do pizza parties at the end of the 2 weeks.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Okay. Paid for by?
Them.
Themselves? Well, they're all flush with cash from that $20 a day, right?
I'm telling you. Sometimes they just run out and buy lottery tickets.
Oh, I'll be darned. Would a toothache get somebody out of jury duty if they're already seated, they're already hearing a case, but they develop this terrible toothache?
Yes.
It would. Okay. Because that happens.
Mm-hmm.
That can be legit, folks.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you ask for like a letter from the dentist they went to show they weren't just making it up, or
that, or in some cases they report into an ER, depending on how bad it is. I recall one individual that indicated, or at least his dentist indicated, that he had cracked a tooth from top clear down through the root. And I understand that can be
very painful. Yeah.
So he went right over to ER.
Okay. Was he gnashing his teeth because of the case that he was hearing?
I don't think so.
Probably happened a few days back and he didn't realize he'd done it, right?
Yeah, well, they're misdemeanors, not felonies.
Okay. So, if somebody receives a jury summons, I think this has probably been the elephant in the room the entire show, and they want out of jury duty, what is their recourse?
There has to be a valid reason.
Okay.
There are sections of the Ohio Revised Code that give us the reasons that we can take. A person's ill, a person's over 75 or older.
Really?
A person's not paid by the employer. We also, what we do in most cases is we postpone people.
Okay.
And we can postpone out 3 to 4 months. They can select their date, and then it's much less of a hassle to them to report in.
Okay. Now, you mentioned 75. It's if you're 75 or older, you can opt out of serving, or do you not even get the request?
You get the request.
Okay.
But you can opt out, and we have that information in the database, so we can pull up their birth dates if we need to.
Okay. Is there information like this on a website that people could access themselves? Or
there is.
What is that website?
You asked me
I asked you too fast. Here, let me try it again. What is that website? Does that help? You can think about it.
The website's on the summons, and it's an HTTPS website.
Okay.
HTTPS juryservices.fcmcclerk.com.
Okay, good.
Long.
Yes. But thanks for remembering.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's great. Okay. Now, if you were given, and maybe we should save this for after the break. I'm going to ask you now, but I'm going to, we'll go to a commercial, and this will give you time to think of your answer.
Okay.
If you were given carte blanche to improve our jury system, what changes would you make? Okay? So stay with us, folks, while he ponders that question and his answer. You're listening to The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko, and we'll be right back.
You can't take me as I am, not just a little bit. I don't know who to be. I'm a paper cup, baby, of the sea. I know you see it too, 'cause you're too much for me.
This is Clark Kellogg. Stay tuned for more of Dr. Kvitko.
Estás escuchando con Dr. Kvitko aquí en su sesión favorita.
Hi, I'm Dominique Reichert. Like what you hear? Why not use the show to promote your product or service by becoming a sponsor? Call 614-262-9588 to learn how. That's 614-262-9588. Call now.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kvitko, general dentist and host of the Reasons We Smile radio and roadshow. I've been honored to help several famous people get a perfect smile, like Keith Carlos and Dominique Reigard from America's Next Top Model, and Ted the Golden Voice Williams from right here in Columbus. Isn't it time you had a celebrity smile? It costs less than you might think, and most of the time, it can be done in one visit. A new smile can make a world of difference.
Visit worldsmostinterestingdentist.com for more info about Dr. Kvitko.
I'm Grandpa, and I go to Dr. Kvitko, and I still have all my teeth. Real ones. Where's my glasses?
Okay, we're back, and we're with Mr. Shields. He is the Jury Commissioner of Franklin County Municipal Court, and before the break, we asked him if he had carte blanche to improve our jury system, what changes would he make? So what'd you come up with?
The answer to that there were multiple things that I would do. I would increase their per diem.
Okay.
I would have somebody write legislation to indicate state law if they have over X amount of employees, that it's mandatory that the jurors are actually allowed to keep their per diem. It's one of the reasons we push so hard for free parking, because they get the check, turn the check over to the employer, they're paying parking out of their pocket. And we were the first ones to do that with the help of our judges.
Okay.
Excellent idea. So we changed the per diem. Probably some other benefit, possibly free lunch, etc.
Right.
I don't know what you would add to that, because again, I constantly fall back to the fact that people are required to do this for all the right reasons.
Oh yeah, no, it's a civic duty, and we live in a civilized society, and this is a big part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think everybody would be happy to serve on jury duty if it wasn't going to make it hard to pay rent because they lost a week's worth of pay or something.
You're absolutely right.
So why do some people seem to receive more jury summons than anyone else?
That is a product of true random selection. We don't sort, and this is something that people have been under this impression for years. We have an inclusive list. It includes about 50,000 names. That's in our database. We summons about 160 every 2 weeks. It's a lot easier to do things that way without it becoming such a problem.
Okay. So it's random, which means your name goes back in and you have the same chance of being picked again.
Right. There's an algorithm based in the software.
Are employers required to pay a person while they're on jury duty?
Not by law. I would suspect that they have an HR policy or something like a manual that says you will be paid. They would have to obviously follow that.
I have to check my manual. I don't know what ours says. So why aren't jurors allowed to take notes during a trial? This seems so antiquated. College students take notes.
Well, that's true, but you'd be shocked by the collective memory of 8 people when we put them in a room and they discuss things.
Would I be shocked, happily shocked?
Yes.
Or I would?
Yes.
So you're
There's
saying
a reason it's gone on that long. you have to consider that. I'm not saying that taking notes or not taking notes, that's really actually up to the judge.
Okay, but most of them don't allow it, right?
Right, as far as I know, no.
See, that would drive me crazy. It's like, you want me to remember this or not? Let me write it down.
Well, somebody else ends up remembering it, and you throw it all together.
Okay.
Asking questions is in there, too. Courts out east, west coast allow their jurors to ask questions while they're in trial.
During the trial?
During the trial. They submit them in writing. The judge reviews them. This is only one way. And they go from there.
Well, that's interesting. I think that's good. I'm happy to hear that.
As long as it doesn't turn a juror into an investigator, it's good.
Oh, okay. Got it. So they're just looking for clarification, kind of, with a question, juror's question.
It depends.
Okay.
Motivations are different for that, depending on who you talk to. But
okay. What happens if you receive a summons to serve on jury duty, but you don't show up?
Well, the first thing we have to do is have a service bailiff go to your home address and serve you with a new summons. Once they've done that, they return a precipice to my office that indicates they did serve somebody personally. I keep an eye on that. They're assigned a new reporting date off that notice that was served to them. If they don't appear for that, it becomes an issue that the administrative judge, in cooperation with my office, will move forward on. It could end up in a contempt of court charge.
Okay, so they could wind up being the defendant.
They could. And that's the last thing in the world we want.
Right. So what would you like to say to people out there who've never been called for jury duty?
All the rumors that people have told you, don't believe them.
Okay.
Number two, if your friend gives you some advice along the lines of, I received one of those documents and I didn't have to go, so you can throw yours away. Never a good idea to throw away a court order. There are phone numbers on there. There are several different ways to make contact. Make contact. We'll move forward from there.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm just getting a note. Somebody's saying they can't hear the guest very well.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
that better?
Yeah, now it is. So the show's almost over, but thanks, Aaron, for letting us know that. I wondered about that because he was kind of sitting back from the mic.
Mm-hmm.
So for those of you just joining us, this is Mr. Shields. He is the Franklin County Municipal Court Jury Commissioner, kind of like Commissioner Jordan.
Reagan. He's my favorite commissioner.
He's your favorite. Okay.
Right.
Okay. And so people shouldn't be afraid of jury duty.
Right.
They're going to make $20 a day, but they're doing a civic duty.
Right.
Parking is free.
Right. If they're parked in one of the lots we're in contract with.
Okay. And their summons will tell them where they can park for free?
Yes.
Okay. That's good. That's good. So make sure that we pay attention to that when you get that. And how long does somebody serve? Is it 1 week? I've been saying a week, but is it longer?
It's actually 2 weeks on the summons, but if there is a reason, we can back it down to 1 week. Statute doesn't allow us to go over 2 weeks, but it allows us to drop back from 2 weeks.
Okay, because I can see 2 weeks could be very devastating to most people, missing work,
with
school.
With the hours, though, we only bring them in from 10:30 to noon in morning session. They can go to work. If things are really severe for that individual, they can report in at 1:30 in the afternoon. That determination's made in cooperation with my office.
Okay. Okay, so when that jury pool that you mentioned is, you're just talking municipal court, so there's another whole batch of people, another hundreds and hundreds of people.
Yes.
Okay, and where do you keep them all? Is there this huge auditorium? Do they play basketball while they're waiting? I mean, what do they do?
Well, we have two pools. The municipal court jury pool at 375 South High is on the 9th floor. Those are municipal court jurors only. Common Pleas is in the new building, I believe, that opened in 2012. It's right on the north side of Mound Street.
Mostly glass?
Yes,
Okay.
That's the one. And it's got a beautiful assembly room. In fact, I tell the jurors I'm not even going to show it to you. So they have their own group, we have our own group.
Okay. Okay. So this jury system, and you believe it works, right?
I do.
Okay.
Not all the time.
Now, jurors can be anonymous, right?
Yes and no. They cannot be assigned to a case anonymously.
Oh, they cannot?
No.
Okay. Okay, apparently I'm out of time.
Okay.
So sorry. All right. Thank you so much for joining me, though. I really appreciate it, and everybody listening and tuning in and calling in. That was awesome. So don't forget to follow me on Twitter. It's at Dr. Kvitko. Visit my office Facebook page and like us. It's Dr. Kvitko and Associates. Remember that all past episodes, complete with video, are available at thereasonswesmile.com. Be sure to tune in next week and every week right here on your favorite station. Goodbye.
Carly Red from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the hit show on VH1, urging you to tune in next week with my dentist, Dr. Kvitko.
If you're interested in learning more about this and other dental health topics, go to thereasonswesmile.com to access full episodes of Dr. Kvitko's show.
If you'd like Dr. Kvitko, the world's most interesting dentist, to speak at your next event, please call 614-262-9588. That's 614-262-9588, or send an email